Okay. All right. Hot mic.
Oh, I need to move out of the way.
You're fine.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. It's Coffee and Politics 101. And we are discussing a major event that is going to be coming to the Metroplex this summer. All of us have been hearing about FIFA, and all the activity that is going to come. So I'm joined with Monica here. She's the executive director with the Dallas Sports Commission. If you don't know, they have an office over in Fair Park, which I was like, yay, we got some activity going on in Fair Park. So there's a lot going on inside of the Fair Park grounds, and I want to make sure that people know about opportunities that are available to participate, not as a spectator, but from a business standpoint. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is, I was really blown away by the presentation that you gave to Point South, and I said, hey, these are things that we all want to know about, and knowing that there's going to be so many people coming into the area, and what can that do for you as a small business wanting to become a vendor and participate in this opportunity. So again, thank you so much for coming on. So please just give us a little bit about your background, how long you've been with the commission, that kind of stuff.
Sounds good. Well, I've been here, December will be 17 years that I've been here in Dallas.
Okay.
And we work on many events, not just FIFA World Cup, but our main focus is to bring sporting events into the city that generate economic impact, tax dollars for the city, yes.
Yay!
And that can take a lot of different angles, really, that if you've been downtown in January or February, March time period, you probably have seen cheerleaders. So we have National Cheerleaders Association each year, usually the largest annual event that we host on a basis. We've got a lot of volleyball, NCAA championships.
So you guys are involved in all of that.
Yes, we work with our city partners, our different venues here within the city to attract those types of events that are bringing tourists in,
right.
that are bringing moms, dads, participants, coaches, those types of things in. So do a lot of business at the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center.
Okay.
Obviously Fair Park, Cotton Bowl Stadium,
yes.
the new Fair Park Coliseum,
yes.
Which has had some renovations. Looking to try to book those types of events. American Airlines Center, MoneyGram Soccer Park. So a lot of youth soccer. I mean, there could be climbing types of events. So typically we host about 70, 85 events a year.
Who knew this? Thank you again for coming on.
Sure.
For everyone, yes, I do this for you guys to educate you on what's going on in your backyard, your city. But I am learning so much, and I had no idea that you guys were so involved with bringing more opportunities for Dallas Fort. One, it brings dollars into the community, into revenue for the city, for businesses, hotels, all that great stuff. But my gosh, I had no idea that you were working on our behalf to make Dallas a bigger sports hub outside of the Dallas Stars, Mavericks, and the Dallas Cowboys. There you are. Thank you. It's okay. Got it. All right. So please.
Yes. So we work on those different events, and it can be grassroots, youth, collegiate types of events, professional events, and the bringing in the events is the economic impact driver of more people in hotels, hotel occupancy tax.
Thank you.
The Sports Commission is a division of Visit Dallas. So the greater mission there of Visit Dallas to continue to be that economic driver from a tourism standpoint. With the Sports Commission, one of our other objectives is to really continue to position Dallas as a global sports destination. So how can we ensure that we are always on the list from a tourist standpoint, but to bring sporting events here, whether it's national rights holders and some of our national governing bodies, or if it's from an international standpoint as well.
So that brings up a good question. I have sorry to interrupt you, because we've had international car races. So is that something that we're looking to bring back to the Fair Park area?
We look at every opportunity that comes through. So it could be gaming, it could be car racing, it could be. I mean, we've had a World Food Championships that is basically the Super Bowl of food,
cooking.
Cooking. We've had that out at Fair Park.
Who says nothing happens at Fair Park? Who says that? Oh my God!
I think there's a lot of opportunity at Fair Park to increase the number of sporting events that are taking place out there. Obviously, the new renovations at Cotton Bowl Stadium. I think that opens up some additional opportunity. But I think there's a lot of opportunity out there, and that's really a big focus of ours. Coming into these next 4 or 5 years, we know the convention center footprint is going to be going down too. So how can we possibly transition some of those events over at Fair Park? But there's so many different venues at Fair Park as well that are unique in size of the types of events that we're looking to attract. So I feel like that's a big opportunity for us to capitalize on.
Wow. So everyone hearing that there's a plan, 5-year plan going on with expanding, the type of events that we're having as sporting events and becoming that, capital, one of the first places that these sporting organizations, have Dallas on their radar. I'm a small business. And of course, we wanted to focus this on FIFA, but seeing the scope and the size of what you guys do, what are some things that, as a small business owner, that I can start looking at and saying, hey, how can I be a participant with this? And let's just say we'll use FIFA as our jumping off point because it's coming up. And I know there's a deadline in November, so I do want you to talk about that. But just kind of how would we approach coming and saying we want to be part of this economic growth for Dallas?
Sure. Well, each event is a little bit different in what the opportunities are. Through FIFA, one of the things that we hope this is a kind of a legacy program and opportunity for us is we've created a North Texas Business Connect program. On Dallas, FWC26.com, there's a place where businesses, suppliers, vendors can go and register their business and identify I have barricades and equipment, or I'm janitorial or staffing services or
it's
restaurants,
not just food,
etc. Yeah, it's across the board. And what that allows us to do is capture the business's information, and then if we get RFPs, whether it's for like FIFA's standpoint, we're starting to now get business opportunities that they are sending to us to say, hey, can you identify this service within your community? Here's the RFP that if you send us their information, or in some cases we're able to post them on our website for local businesses to bid on. And there's all the way from dry cleaning to travel agency service to equipment to floral design, promotional products, those types of things. Transportation company and services. I think we had 2 come out this week. Sometimes they have a fast turnaround, but that's what we're excited. We're building this through the World Cup and through FIFA, but we want to carry this program on afterwards for any of the other major events that come. Obviously, there'll be more. We feel like more opportunity through the World Cup just because of the mass and the scale, size, the long. It's a 39-day event, so we're starting to receive those RFPs, and we through our fan festival, which will be out at Fair Park, and a few others. There'll be more that are coming out in November, December time period. But I encourage everyone to go to DallasFWC26.com. There's a Get Involved tab, and underneath there's our North Texas Business Connect. Sign up. You should sign your code of conduct. Give us your information. Then when we receive those opportunities, you're immediately emailed for those opportunities. And that's if we receive them from FIFA, any of their vendors or agencies. A lot of the commercial partners now of FIFA are going to be coming into town and wanting to find local help and opportunity to help them fulfill their missions. Okay. We, as the North Texas FIFA World Cup Organizing Committee, have some RFPs that we'll be putting out. Some of our subcontractors or vendors, even like C3 Presents, will be producing and managing our fan festival here. There will be a lot of needs to put on that fan festival that they will be putting RFPs out for as well in November and December. So this is going to continue to trickle. We can't guarantee anything, but we are trying our hardest to be able to provide these opportunities out to the community.
So this is almost like privatizing Fair Park all over again with FIFA, and kind of understanding that there is quite a bit of opportunity out there. So don't think that you just have to be, a food vendor, and I do want to get into that because there are some stipulations around that. So if you're a business out there, definitely go and check out. And if it's not with FIFA this time, you guys are building a database, sounds like, of companies that you guys can, say, hey, we have this going on, we're having this need, you're in our database to supply X, Y, and Z, service, goods. That is something that small businesses are always looking for.
And I think there's also a lot of opportunity around some of the key venues that will be taking place. So these business opportunities won't necessarily just be around Fair Park or the fan festival elements. They're looking at, as FIFA coming in, it's a big region. There's stuff that is needed out for the planning around AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Okay. There are base camps that are around. There are going to be commercial partners that are going to be doing events throughout the city. So some of those needs will spread out outside of the Fair Park area into the region. And those are some of the RFPs that will be out there as well. So, and I think there are other business opportunities around some of the venues in terms of businesses have the opportunity to create their own, or even entertainment areas in different districts have the opportunity to create their own excitement and opportunities around. So, whether it's various promotions or where the higher traffic kind of areas are going to be. We've got some public viewing guidelines, and we have a playbook that's going to be posted that answer a few more of the questions that we're receiving. So we're getting some additional information from FIFA of like, here are the guidelines, but at the same time, we want businesses to be able to succeed. So if there are businesses around Fair Park, there's opportunity to do promotions or do, pop-up little festivals and those types of things to celebrate the energy, the culture, the World Cup.
Right, because I know during the budget talks, Councilman Bazadula, did stress to everyone who was attending that there are going to be lots of opportunities outside of the actual Fair Park grounds. And I know a lot of us who've grown up here, we live here, we're saying, what are these types of opportunities? Because we have a limited number of businesses from an entertainment standpoint. We are hoping that is going to change here very soon with zoning changes. But it just sounds like, if you want to create it, this is a time to jump on it.
Well, keep in mind, the foot traffic that you're going to have too around outside of, the fencing and the gates around Fair Park, there's going to be a lot of people. Yes, some people driving to the fan festival. There's going to be people arriving by DART.
Yes.
You're anticipating. Well, our footprint from a fan festival right now standpoint is about 35,000 people at one time, being able to view those watch parties. So in the fan festival, every match, all 104 matches of the World Cup, even those that
are not
played here,
yes,
will be
televised there.
Will be televised there. So there's going to be concerts, performers. We're hoping to get a lot of cultural performances on the stage outside of the match times, outside of when the matches are taking place. So we're trying to make sure there's activity at that fan festival constantly outside of just when the matches are taking place. So, I mean, from a scale standpoint, I had the opportunity to go to Russia and Qatar.
Okay.
Very quick trips just to see what is a World Cup.
Right.
What are the different components of a World Cup? It's not just the matches that take place. And really, the fan festival takes on kind of the heartbeat of a World Cup in the city. So a lot of people that will come to a World Cup city that don't have tickets to the match. They just want to be here, feel that, excitement.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in Russia, their largest day was 166,000 people that came through the fan festival in one day. Not at one time, just throughout one day. In Qatar, which a little bit different in their setup, you could get to 8 different stadiums in 45 minutes in Qatar, so a little bit different of how this World Cup is. 16 different cities over 3 countries, but their largest day was 99,000 people. So we're anticipating, there's going to be some days that maybe the matchup isn't as exciting, so we may have 10,000 people at FanFest, but there's other days that we may have 35,000, it could be 50,000, it could be, so, and we won't know that necessarily until the draw takes place on December 5th.
That's right. Yes.
With that, when you look at that foot traffic that's coming through there, where they're arriving, we know that the DART light rail is going to be heavily utilized.
Sure will.
There's going to be media opportunities as well. The media will be looking to attend FanFest on a daily basis to capture a lot of content, footage, and that energy that takes place there. So a lot of the businesses around Fair Park, I would anticipate, how can we take advantage of the foot traffic that's as they arrive, as well as going into FanFest, but then leaving as well.
Yes.
So that's where I see a big opportunity. And it's not necessarily something we control as an organizing committee, but the businesses can start to be thinking of what those opportunities could be.
Oh my gosh. I'm totally excited. I was planning on signing up to be a volunteer to help out because it just sounds like just an incredible opportunity for the city. And just being a soccer fan, and my kids play soccer, so just be able to see that and just be part of that energy. But businesses, come on guys, this is times that all the way back when I first started the show in 2016, that we were always talking about how do we get a seat at the table and find out what is going on. And here is a big opportunity to be part of this database, to be part of the foot traffic, all the tourists that are going to be coming, all the people that are going to be coming into the DFW area. So it's not just specific to Fair Park. I'm a South Dallas girl, so of course, this is what I want to promote. But just in the DFW area, it just sounds like a huge opportunity for everyone to, as my business coach would tell me, there's enough pie for everybody.
And I want to also point out a few other opportunities,
yes, ma'am,
that are out there. So I mentioned the performers, different entertainers, marching bands, whatever they may be. We also have a link on our website of community opportunities where those who are interested in performing can go in and sign up. We've had a lot of people reach out to us. We're not ready to schedule them yet because we got to we
Y'all
got
have to wait for the games.
we
to be
gotta
assigned.
we gotta wait to see who's gonna be here, what time our match times are, what time the match times are of the other matches, what our operating timeline is of Fan Festival. Once we have that in the spring, hopefully spring, we'll be able to start programming out what are the additional performances on the main stage. We have our own host city stage as well, so we'll be able to start programming that out. But we know there's a lot of interest, so we ask people, please go on there, put your information in there. That way we have it, and when we're able to get to the point where we're needing to start scheduling, we have the contact information to reach back out to them. So that's another great opportunity. On there is also some legacy where people can recommend locations. Right now we're looking for mini pitch locations. So we know
what is a mini pitch?
A mini pitch is basically, we know there's a lot of areas that don't have access to soccer. There's not a soccer field. There might not even be any sort of athletic programming or play spaces, etc. So right now we're looking to identify spaces where we can come in, work with the area. Sometimes it's if there's land, we can put a foundation and put a mini pitch in there. Sometimes it's, hey, we have an old basketball court or it's an old tennis court and it's not being utilized. It already has that foundation. Then we come in and put in a mini pitch, and that's something that we see as good legacy that will be here even after the World Cup. Some of these projects, it's all based on fundraising. We've got a lot to do there, but some of them won't be put in maybe before the World Cup. Some of them may be doing during and after the World Cup, but we're just trying to identify where are those spaces and land that somebody has. We want to make sure that wherever we put that it can be upkept. So, we don't just want to put it and then a year from now it's
vandalized and torn up.
So many kids don't have access to sport.
It's
looking at
good activity for the brain, keep kids focused and out of trouble, because we're always talking about our youth and crime. And I know for us in the Black community, we think of just basketball and football. And Serena and her sister, they put tennis on the map for a lot of our youth, and soccer is another way for kids to explore what a professional career could look like that could take you internationally. So, that is great.
Yeah. So if anyone knows or has a location or wants to explore, they can go on, put that information in there, and then we have someone who is over our legacy programming that will go out, take a look at the site. We're collecting a list so that when we're to a point where we're able to start designating, here's where we're going to put mini pitches in. And there's going to be different, phases of here's the first few that we're able to do. Then we'll have a second few. So we won't be able to get to all of them.
It'll be a phased approach.
It'll be a phased approach, but we want to start collecting that information too.
Oh, that is fantastic. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about FIFA, but just what the Dallas Sports Commission does. And Monica was gracious enough to come out today and talk about, the business opportunities, especially surrounding FIFA, but it won't stop there. And it is a great starting point, and definitely take a look at the information that they have on their website about how, you can get involved. And we're bringing in 70 to 85, you said, sporting events a year. Come on, guys. These are the opportunities that we've always talked about that we wanted. So we do have a guest here, so I definitely want to take some questions from him.
Glad to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you for coming out. So what questions do you have regarding, I'm assuming from a small business wanting to participate, what those opportunities would look like. So what's your question there?
Yes, I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be here with you all today. Thank you for inviting me.
Sure.
And but from my standpoint, I'm looking at it from media and tech.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm
Perfect.
in media and tech.
Yes.
I own a small media and tech company. I've done things for Sydney in the past, films, books.
Oh, okay.
Movies on Roku channel, and I also develop apps. And I've developed one actually catered directly for what you're discussing today.
Okay.
That's the reason why I wanted to meet you all today, to try to figure out getting a seat at the table, like you said earlier.
Yes.
I'm about getting a seat at the table.
Yes.
I like to get there early and be there when things are getting off the ground. And so I participated as a journalist in the past in Olympics. I've covered 2 Olympics and several large-scale sporting events as a photojournalist and filmmaker. And so what I've done is developed a content creative platform, create content through assignment-based, like Uber style.
Okay.
Where content creators like Sydney could get paid directly for their work, their photographs, licensing, and things of that nature, videos, taking Facebook completely out of the picture. I've created a geofencing platform that allows for those content creators to tailor a radius around fan fests, market brands, and things of that nature. So I really wanted to come and just listen first and foremost, because I think that's important. Listen and just find out the steps and procedures.
Yes.
to
So
get
seeing
involved.
that there's going to be media that's going to be covering. So, of course, we know the big guys are already on board and playing and know who's going to be attending. So for our smaller media personalities, how can they participate in providing some coverage as well?
Yes, this is a great question. We actually have a working group on PR communications that we invite anyone to join in on that. So I would love to connect you with Joe Trahan, who is leading those efforts for us from an organizing committee standpoint, because he will also then have the information when it is available from FIFA of how do our media get registered for credential opportunities. We know that there's going to be a limited number that get approved to be in the stadium. And, the International Broadcast Center at the K-Bay Convention Center is very dedicated to those broadcasters around the world who are then pushing those feeds back to their respective countries. But we are also going to be setting up a media center here for a lot of the media who aren't able to get into the stadium. Majority of anyone is going to be able to get access to the fan festival, but then be able to have an area where they can come work. We'll have various press conferences from a local organizing committee standpoint of, hey, here's everything else that is going on within the area. We know a lot of those will be local, as well as national and international journalists and media who want to have access to that, cover the event, and be in the communication standpoint of what we get or need from organizing committee, as well as maybe what some of FIFA's needs may be as well. So that information isn't available just yet. Right now, FIFA is very focused on the draw that will be taking place on December 5th. But once that is passed, then additional information will be open to the media. But definitely suggest me getting you integrated with our PR communications and marketing team, because there may be some really good opportunities there.
Yes. Go ahead.
No. Well, in closing, for my standpoint,
sure.
I've also, this is a book that I've created. I've been in Asia for the past few months, so I have a publishing company. So I've also put together a book like this for Dallas.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Preparing for FIFA.
Oh, okay.
And it's a very artistic book, and I got a distribution deal with Amazon. So that book is #1 on Amazon in the travel section right now.
Wow.
So I'm doing the same thing in preparation for FIFA. I've already gathered all of the images. The design is just about done. But I want to present it to you guys.
Yes, we would love to see that. I think there could be some integration into our media center. We're also looking about things to do, places to see.
Yes.
There's a place on our restaurant website where restaurants and venues can go sign up, so that when we get requests, we have that.
Yes.
But we're looking for like visitor guide and
That's exactly
information
yes.
to be in that media center. So when the additional journalists come in, they have information that they can write about, talk about, etc. So,
this is why it's so important to come out.
I've put together the prototype of the book already, but certainly I can go out and add additional new imagery. But I've done some very artistic style type imagery, anthropological type travel guide that gives you the information like this. Very similar to what I've done in the Philippines. This is the same thing, travel guide, but this would be basically focused on Dallas, paperback, ebook, and hard copy.
Okay.
So that's what will be coming out.
Fantastic. I look forward to seeing this.
So as we talked about earlier, that is not just about opportunities inside of the fairgrounds. It's not just about, being a food establishment and providing those services. Here we're talking about, travel guide, books, where to go while you're here, in between matches, in between events at the fan fair. Just there's so much opportunity available during this time that, come on, this is our time to shine and to be a participant and grow with Dallas to capitalize on this. So to circle back, because I know during Point South there was a lot of discussion for people that wanted to be a vendor inside the fair for FIFA, and I don't want to say restrictions, but some guidelines that needed to be followed if you want to set up shop and supply food, sell food to the public that will be there. So can we talk about that?
Yes. So actually, hopefully within the next month, some additional information and some of those RFPs will be coming out.
Okay.
Our fan festival team actually has been in New York, New Jersey at a FIFA workshop specific to fan festival, where I'm sure that they received some additional guidance and information. I have not had a chance to debrief with them, but one of the things that we wanted to communicate early on is that while we know that the state fair is going on and there are vendors and food vendors everywhere and people can sell their products, etc., this is a different type of fan festival setup. So we will not, the FIFA Fan Festival will not necessarily look like what our state fair.
Right.
So there's not going to be individual vendors being able to sell their products there. FIFA has their FIFA store. They are in charge of the merchandise that is sold in that store. It will all be FIFA focused merchandise. In terms of like food vendors, FIFA does have commercial partners that, and all of them, or majority of them, will be activating at the fan festival. And these are large scale
these
activations.
are the big guys.
Yes. But we want to make sure that through the food products that are offered, that there is a representation of Dallas
local
food.
Flair.
Yeah, but we want to feel like when they're coming to our fan festival, we want them to feel like they're in Dallas and eating some of our great cuisine as well, but then also provide some options of the international cuisine from around the world, the teams that may be, coming in, or the fans. So while we do have to be cognizant of, McDonald's is a commercial partner of FIFA. Coca-Cola,
I was going to say
Anheuser-Busch, and a few others. When they put the RFPs out, they will be, those kind of guidelines will be in there. But then they will be looking at, what are the other food options that we need, and then that's where the various vendors and suppliers can go in and bid on those RFPs. It is very branded FIFA fan festival. So in previous World Cups, you don't see necessarily people's business name at the top of their concession area or food area, but it is, they are preparing their food from a sales standpoint
under the FIFA branding,
under the FIFA branding, etc. So we're hopeful that in November we can have a broader community-based event where we can talk and unveil. Here are our fan festival plans that have just been kind of approved, I think, by FIFA in terms of here's the revised layout, here's maybe the entrances, here's kind of what the traffic flow we're looking like to be able to provide some feedback. They can have some of that information, so to help them with their planning. Then have those RFPs that people can also submit their bids for, and then C3 would be making those decisions and designations. We say December, it may be January by the time they're able to review and kind of go from there.
Okay, yeah, because I wanted to make sure that people had plenty of time, so I was working very hard to make sure that I got in contact with you to put this information out there, because initially it was November, correct?
I do still feel like the RFPs will be published and available online in November.
Okay.
I think they're going to give November and December for people to be able to respond. And some may trickle. Not every RFP is probably going to be available in November, but as many as we can. There's some that'll come out in December, probably January, but that's going to be across all all services and equipment and stuff that is needed.
Because everybody needs ample time to put their budget together, start contacting their vendors to make their purchases and whatnot. So I wanted to make sure that any and everyone who wanted to jump on board for this, that you have plenty of time to understand what's going on, be made aware where to get the information, and start looking at how you fit in so you can capitalize on this opportunity coming to the DFW area. So, gosh, I mean, and again, I'm still thinking 70 to 85 other events coming. So get in the database. Get in their database for vendors, because this is not going to be the only opportunity.
We've had a lot of positive feedback from FIFA in terms of those that have signed up already for our North Texas Business Connect program.
Yes.
And us being able to, we then provide that entire list to FIFA so that there are certain RFPs that may not be published or we can't put on our on the website. But if we have the information,
they can reach out.
They can reach out, and they can reach out directly. So we really do encourage as many people as possible to register for that program. We are still in communication with city procurement offices, other organizations that help small businesses and that sort of thing. They also receive the information that we're able to send out when we receive an opportunity, but it's efficient. It's not a one-time type of deal that we're looking at this for. So the more that we can build out our North Texas Business Connect program, I think is beneficial long term. Because keep in mind, yes, we're focused on the World Cup right now, but we're also in a bid process for a Women's World Cup in 2031. We've got a NCAA Men's Final Four coming in 2030, a NCAA Women's Final Four coming in 2031, and hopefully their stuff will be filling in the gaps, and then even after that. So the more we can build the database and provide the opportunity and communicate out, the better for all.
So, again, I want you guys to really pay attention here with what Monica is saying. This is a long-term plan. Remember, she said we want Dallas to become one of the premier cities for sporting events, not just locally, nationally, internationally. So if you have a service, a product, get into the database, North Texas Business Database. This is what we've been looking for.
And it doesn't cost you anything to register. So
just get in the database, be part of the community, get the information that is available when these opportunities come up. Keep this in the front of your mind, not in the back of your mind, the front of your mind, because there's so many opportunities that you can jump in on this. So, Eric, do you have any other comments or questions?
No, I've just enjoyed the conversation. Wealth of information.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
Yes,
So I know it's a busy weekend for you. It's Texas OU weekend. So we're going to wrap up here a little early today. So any final thoughts for viewers, anybody who will catch the show on demand, what do you want to leave them with?
Well, I think there's a lot of opportunity, obviously for businesses, for people. Keep in mind that even from a staffing standpoint, you've got a lot of the commercial partners, other vendors, subcontractors, even of FIFA that are going to need, that are going to be looking for some temporary staffing
Sure.
that go along with all of these events. So those are additional opportunities that will be posted as RFPs majority of the time. So really, yes, there's volunteer opportunities, but we're really just trying to communicate out as efficiently and effectively as we
As
can.
possible.
Because it is important when we host these events. Yes, the economic impact is critical. That's why we do what we do. Why we want to host or one of the main reasons. But it
it's
is
just having
trying,
a great experience so they come back.
Correct. How can we ensure that we're putting on the best event that we can while trying to keep as much of the additional business opportunities here locally? We know we're not going to get 100% of it, but we're trying to communicate those opportunities out.
Okay, great. So again, thank you so much for coming out and discussing this, because this is so important, so critical, and especially with a lot of the changes that we've had with Fair Park. So now it's back under city control. So we just want to make sure that everyone who wants to participate has the information, knows where to go and get it, and you have a seat at the table. So again, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to now when I see all of the events. I'm going to specifically think of you. And Craig, I'm going to need you to come back on for Visit Dallas so we can talk about this and close the loop on everything, because there's a lot of opportunities here in Dallas. So again, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me. It's been a
And thank
pleasure.
you for coming to
you.
tune in. So next Saturday, I have some troublemakers in the city that are going to come on. So John Bodefor, who came on, and we talked about Forward Dallas earlier this year, but Damian Levesque with Dallas Heroes. So we're going to be recapping and discussing a lot of the hot topic issues that have been going on at City Hall. So it's a weekend, spend time with those that you value, that you love. Time is too short. Stay cool out there, be safe, and we'll see you next Saturday here at Mocha. All right, guys, bye.